Attention. All indentured workers are to carry on with their current tasks. Do not be alarmed.
Larva-byggena, napstar, kajesvarvet. Sätt av det gästangen antlist. Ett hudfärg, med ett pajk. Det förhela beslurre hand har synger den islava. Attention. Arcology now in default mode. Server. Do not be alarmed.
Attention! Arcology now is default mode. Services will resume shortly. Do not be alarmed.
General overlooking message from Stat Boss Poon. To all indents entering Cluster 13, behave, or I'll have you fucking recycled. That is all.
Come talk to me if you have a bounty to collect. Some stim brutes out there carry bounties. Plenty of Eucreds to make if you got the stomach for it.
The finger to another road. The larva clear. It's higher in subject. It's a mirror, the higher either. If you're going to find it verki, the maybe verki is not. Maybe emir break. Skal the upper I would argue very easier to non-thought. Vad skickrar vi
The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate...
Great selection.
This is the feed with your very own Grateful Abbott. The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate AI filed for bankruptcy one subcycle ago. All attempts to contact the corporate board has failed, and we've yet to receive an official statement. The Ascent Group arcology on Veles has shut down, with some claiming it's gone into default mode. If this is true, without AG security, corporate grab teams will already be moving in. All the luck to them. As I always say, one being's ill fortune is another's opportunity. Stay tuned.
To all havers in Cluster 13, this is Poon. As you've probably noticed, our dear arcology just defaulted. I don't give a feral's ass about the whys and wherefores. Business will go on as usual. That means no panic, no whining, and certainly no slacking off. Business as usual. Understood? Poon out.
This is the Ascent on the left. The carnage was a joy to behold for the as. This is the feed with your very own Grateful Abbott. The Ascent Group went into immediate all attempts to until its sudden demise. The Ascent Group arcology on Veles has shut down. If the latter in sports, this was an exciting cycle at the Speed Crush track, where our very own the carnage was a joy to behold. The win is all they've been given customary salvage rights. But the feed has also learned that U+ has decided to step in as a new, as I always say, one be.
Hardware or software. Affordable out.
I cast ya.
Definitive vel minipirakke under barbidol on stekberry.
Mary, kasi ko naman sa alat. Iken, pero aga neta iken imbali stosh grain ran neja imbali ran no va vera. Grain, 40 finger on.
Pushback.
Beware. Capital event for all subcontractors.
Plenty of things will look to kill you lurking round. Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. Yeah, I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to them. Trouble. Corpse sec gone, and the auto defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back, is all I'm saying. It's a bloody bot fest is what it is. The AGI's no longer around to keep watch over the local data. Everyone and their cousins hacking into the place, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. Never mind those things. Way too many complex circuits interacting with substandard coding for my taste. Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. Well, it's quite simple, really. The Liquid Quicks used to be the big baddies round here, led by a guy named Trenning. He and Poon are cosy from what I hear. I bet Poon's pockets are getting lined, but can I prove it? Of course not. Quicks were never friendly with the Turbo Vipers. Now with CorpSec gone, the Vipers suddenly decided to grab some territory. It's an all-out turf war out there, and I'm happy staying right here. Don't be fooled by their brush suits and posh manners. The Roginals just as soon kill you as look at you. There really ain't much separating them from the Quicks and the Vipers. Except maybe they got more creds to their names. And some fancy rules governing how they fuck the indents over. Bloody backstabbers and stimmed-up flatliners, a lot of them. Stay away from the corporate grab teams, friend. Those are as professional as they come. Trained killers. Only the largest multi-corps can afford to keep them on a retainer. They use AGIs to grab property, needed for imprinting the property SI or some such. Make it a point not to fuck with anyone who has direct access to an AGI. Spooky things, if you ask me. Not natural. Yeah, I know things. I get around, but I'm gonna stay as far away from any CGT as I can. I'd rather mess with a nest of starved ferals. All trouble been around? Which corps you wondering about? Well, you got the gangs, you got the Rogin, and then you got Onyx Void. That little outfit spans all of Veles, and all the commons too from what I hear. Probably the rest of the known galaxy. Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you. Unless they've got a contract for you or some such. And then you're fucked anyway. Better just hope they flatline you on the spot. I hear they like to use their targets for sport now and then. Indents, who try to justify their bollocks existence by worshipping the corporation that owns them. Sort of tragic, if you ask me. Then again, I never was one for clubs and groups and teams. More of a loner, me. There's a new influencer leading them, enthusiastic type. Not sure what they hope to accomplish now that the Ascent Group's gone kaput. But to each their own, I guess. They was corrupt as anyone, but at least they kept things somewhat under control around here. Can't say as I blame them for leaving their posts. I would too if I didn't get paid. CorpSec disintegrating, things are going to get a lot worse around here before they get better. All trouble been around. All trouble been around. Yeah, there were a lot of shutdowns when the AGI went blank. Security doors and whatnot closing all over the place. It's an automated CorpSec measure. Divide and control, right? Except there's no one left in charge to divide and control nothing. Passages are starting to open up. The gangs are pulping and flatlining one another to see who's got the biggest knob. They're making a feral casserole of the security systems while they're at it. Dimtowns set up their own security to cope. Now it's invites only. And probably going to stay that way for a while. There's many tales about that flooding as there are indents in the Warrens. Why haven't they drained that little puddle, you ask? And you wouldn't be the first. There's been plenty of attempts to clear Black Lake, but they've all been derailed in different ways. Sudden budget changes, sudden deaths, so on. Almost as if someone doesn't want the water gone from that place. Hab stacks are built in clusters, see? Each cluster's run by a stack boss. Supposed to be the one making sure services are running, and the Habs are, well, habitable. Indents don't get much of a say in what stacks we live in. It's assigned on a needs basis, based on some SI algo. The stack bosses decide in the end, so everybody kisses stack boss arse. Anything to get a few flows up, or get a functional rinser or whatever. Boone runs Cluster 13. He's a tight-fisted balloon wrinkle. Corrupt to the bone. But I have to admit, he does look after us. Only so he can fuck us over himself. A place for organics like you and me. Some call it the beating heart of the arcology, but there's nothing alive about that place. Just endless amounts of hydrogen-cooled bits and bytes. But D-Nexus is also where the bots and monos go to recharge. Unless you're made of silicon, there's nothing for you there, mate. Best stay away. Well, you got the deep stink at the bottom. You're well versed in that sector. Then you got us low-havers scraping by in the warrens on the low levels, with the commercial zones, nodes and docks and stuff above us. At the very top, you got the glitzy pinnacle. Need more U-creds than we'd ever make in a lifetime, just to get a glimpse of what it's like up there. The Ascent Group board sits up there too. The fallen wankers. They got us into this mess. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. You're looking for a bit of fun? Can't well, the gamblers try their luck at the Speed Crust racetrack or the Golden Satori Casino. I get my fix in the cyberscape. Leveling up a new avatar as we speak. Gonna be a drone hunter. Then there's stims. Whatever works for you. Just don't touch anything made for jack-o'-lanterns, unless you want to fuse every neuron in your brain into a solid block of stupid. I've got to say, mate, you don't look much like the gambling type, or a stim fiend either, for that matter. Well, that's where we all get our news, if you can call it that, the corporate propaganda they pump out. I've always liked Abbott. Seems like a nice bloke. And I appreciate how he always puts a happy spin on things. Life as an indent's bollocks enough as it is. There's no need to make it worse by waddling in someone else's troubles. I hear Abbott's based right here in our arcology. It doesn't half seem to favour news from around here. Lots of people around who pissed someone off at one point or another, and I got a bounty for it. If you take one out, you can collect from the bartenders. If you bring proof, of course. Bounties are ranked. The higher the rank, the better the pay. The bigger the chance you'll end up a bloody smear on the wall. I used to collect the occasional back in the day, but I gave up on that long ago. That's the huge game, that. Any licensed grafter could install your Ogs. The good ones might even offer to sedate you before they bring out the knives and lasers. If you got what it takes, they can even upgrade your existing systems. Fine-tune them in different ways. I make a point of seeing them regularly. It doesn't do to have outdated Ogs when you rely on them for work. You got the U-creds to spend, you get all sorts of stuff. Guns, tack gear, cyberdecks and whatnot. Oh, and you can find vendors in the strangest of places. Some of them might have some really fancy wares too. If you need to update the nav grid on your imp, you just need to jack into any nav point you find. It'll cost you, but could be worth it. I never was a big spender. Saving up to buy back my contract. Well, trouble been around. Some interesting individuals in this here arcology. Look, I know you and Poon have got some sort of ongoing agreement, so I'd better keep my trap shut. I blabber too much anyway. Enough to say that I'd skin that scurvy jackal and use his prickly hide to wipe me arse with if I could get away with it. Yeah, we go out for a drink every now and then. Brush up on our mutual hatred. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and all that. I know the deep stink like the back of my...
Everyone pisses someone off.
Bigfont, Neri Essen, Alras, Lufran, Mokos, Demet, Ula, Antigir, Emin, Dem, Mokos, and
Anti-floating Jupje, sai alla sa, muira tirs, al urvana, urfreda, inda alla sa, kitapse, nulle, to kummunule, ren kupje, sai kutju, urvana, ai.
This is the feed with your very own great...
You're about to call...
Our anti-float.
The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate aid. The Ascent Group if the latter is true, corporate grab team, the win is all the more remarkable considering the fact that the Supreme's main sponsor just went bankrupt.